Hello and welcome back to another video. Yes, I know that it's been about 3 weeks. That's kind of what happens when you try to plan restarting your YouTube channel in the middle of finals month for college. But we're back. So this is kind of like a quick guide, hopefully under 10 minutes, of how you can make some extra profit selling some video games. As you can see, we have a console, we have PS2, Xbox 360 games, and we have supplies. Let's just get down to how do you acquire said games. Your best bet is going to be local marketplaces like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. When I look for games to resell, never go for singular games. Go for at least a bundle. Go for at least 10 games. If you want to figure out how much you can make, or if you're going to make money, if you're going to profit, kind of look at it this way. So let's go with Xbox 360 games. I never value an Xbox 360 game past $2 a game unless I know it's worth something. But if you just want quick, rough value, quote everything at roughly $1 to do $2 profit. Sport games don't give sport games a value. And then if you see any Japanese or Asian games, those will be worth a little more. So usually you can give those $3 worth of value. So if you know of a game like Gears of War, they're not going to be worth much. So you give them $1 profit. Sport games, $0 profit, unless it's like a special edition or if it's like WWE. But if it's like FIFA or Madden or NBA, they're not going to be worth anything pretty much. Or Kinect. Kinect games also are worth nothing. So those don't give values. Games that you've heard of before, like Call of Duty, those are worth like $1, or Gears of War, those are like $1. And then you have your more standard games, like games that you've heard of, but they're not as big. So that's kind of like the rough way of valuing. And how do I get this profit? If you go to Google, or I'll even link it below, but if you go to Google and you search up eBay fee calculator, that's basically going to help you figure out what's your profit margin. And the best way to calculate that is you go to eBay, you search up that game, you go to sold, go to end recently, and then you see what it sells for with the shipping price. Let's say this is the regular 360 version. This I know sells for roughly $12, right? $12 shipped. That's what you pay before taxes. We don't talk about taxes. And so $12. So you go to eBay fee calculator, you go to sell price, you go to $12. Shipping charged, $0. Item paid, $0. And then for shipping cost, on average, you're going to pay about $4.20 to ship the game. You probably don't have a eBay store subscription, so just put that to none. Your seller rating is probably going to be like above standard. Or if it's a brand new account, it might be just standard or whatever's under that. You are going to want to put your state's percentage of tax. So like for me in Texas, you would put 8.25% because eBay charges you fees on tax. And after all that, I don't have the math in my head, but after all that, you would roughly make, I believe, $4 after shipping fees. Now that you got the games, how do you sell them? Or how do you make the most money out of them? So let's take a game like Black Ops. We just said that we would make roughly $4-ish of profit. And you basically want to go through every single one of them and see how scratched up they are or how dirty they are. And then you want to see if it has manuals or not. A manual usually adds about $1 to the value. If it's like an Asian game, like a Japanese game, those manuals are going to be worth money. If you want to take the quick, easy route, you check the scratches. So like for this one, it's hard for me to show you, but this is what I would consider just be like a good condition. It's scratched up, it's a little dirty, but it doesn't look like it's broken. What if I told you you can increase the condition giving you more money? And it's actually quite simple. And what you're going to want to pick yourself up is a skip doctor. You know how you used to be able to go into a game store like GameStop or something and they can resurface your disc? This is kind of what that is, except you don't have to pay $500 for a machine. And I've seen a lot of reviews on this guy with people saying, oh, it doesn't work, it just makes this game more scratched. And that happened to me too until I figured out a very good trick with this. You can either power this with AA's, or my preference is try and get yourself a 12 volt, 1 amp AC plug. I know it says 9 volt, but 12 volts is going to basically overvolt it, and it's actually going to work better, in my opinion. And if you buy a skip ductor off of eBay or Amazon, let's say you get one, you can get them for like 15, 20 bucks used. You will probably not have your solution that it comes with. Well, funnily enough, you can buy more. Or, if you're smart, you go to their website, you look at the ingredients, and you literally see that it's isopropyl alcohol and water. So what you're going to want to do is grab yourself a spray bottle from the dollar store, a literal dollar, grab yourself some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and you're going to want to fill this up about 10% of isopropyl alcohol, and then the rest with just water. And you're basically going to run it, if it's in really scratch condition, you go for about a minute to a minute and a half. If it's in okay condition, about 30 to 45 seconds. And if it's basically spotless or scratchless, don't mess with it. So you're basically going to put the disc in after it's been sprayed down. You're going to turn it on, and about every 15 seconds, you're going to want to give it a good amount of spray. You always want to make sure, or you can even eye it. You always want to make sure that the disc is completely wet. You don't want to see any dryish spots, because that's how a lot of people, I think, are trying to use it, is they spray it once, they put it in, leave it for 30 seconds, and it comes out and it's scratched. It's because the alcohol is drying up. And so then it's just a sandpaper, and that's not good. So you want to make sure you keep it sprayed every 10 seconds, just like one good spray, and you check the disc, make sure it has water or it has the solution on it. And you do that until you get to your minute and a half. And then you'll take it out, and you're going to want to take a really soft cloth, just something soft, something really soft. Microfiber works, but make sure you're not putting any force. And you want to look at it. If it looks pretty clean, if it looks pretty scratchless, leave it. If it still has a good amount of scratches, then go in for an extra 30 seconds. How I usually do it, I'll test the game first. If it works and it has scratches, I'll put it in the machine. While it's being surfaced, I test the next game. And then once I get to I'll have like a stopwatch. Once that's done, take it out, I'll dry it, put it in a case, and then the game that I'm testing is finished testing. And then I'll put that in, and then I'll just keep repeating. Now, more things that you can do. Stickers. Nobody likes stickers on game cases. So like this one, we have a pre-played sticker. Sometimes you get lucky and these stickers are pretty nice and they'll just peel off, but sometimes you'll get the white, like, stupid sticking back. Invest in some goof off or Goo Gone or whatever, and basically what you're going to want to do is you want to like soak it, and and most times you'll be able to just peel it right off. Sometimes you have more stubborn stickers, and so if that happens, just soak it, kind of like scrape it with a fingernail or like a plastic spudger or something, and then just keep soaking it and repeating that process. Now, you don't specifically have to, but you can also clean the cases, the exterior of the cases. All you're going to need is just like a wet wipe, or just like maybe a towel that's damped with some alcohol, and just go over it, clean it, and I'll just make it look cleaner. It's not required, but it helps with when you take your photos. Now, taking photos. When you take photos, you'll probably see some examples, but basically you want to make sure that you have the case, the manual if there is one, and then the CD, kind of like all in one photo basically. So if someone's scrolling through eBay, they'll be like, okay, yeah, that has everything, and they don't have to read the title. Now you've sold your game. How do you ship the game? I will leave links for everything, like the eBay fee calculator and some materials that I personally use. If you're just reselling standard disc games, go ahead and invest yourself in maybe a pack of 100 6x9 bubble mailer. I believe these were about 13 cents each. And they're plastic, they're black, they're waterproof for the most part. They have a pre-applied sticky, and all you got to do, once you sold it, put that game in, and you'll tear off the sticky, tap it on, and then boom. And then put the label on it, of course, and then ship it out. Now, labels. You can get labels that you can just put in your regular printer. Or if you're lucky like me and you have two trays, you can get what I use, which are pre-made 4x6 inkjet labels. They're like 25 to 30 cents each. So you'll be paying about 50 cents a game worth of materials. But it makes it so much easier because once you have the game in there, you just slap the label, put it in the mailbox. You're done. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully there will be a video Wednesday if the rest of the parts come in for the rest of the videos. And yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.